It started, as these things often do, with a dare. 5 friends, young and restless, stood at the edge of whispering woods. The setting sun cast long, eerie shadows, painting the woods in shades of purple and black. There was Liam, the group's self-proclaimed leader, always up for a challenge. Next to him stood Emily, her skeptical eyebrow raised, questioning the wisdom of this adventure. Beside her was Sarah, her adventurous spirit outweighing any fear. Then came Mike, the jokester, trying to mask his apprehension with humour. Finally, there was Chris, quiet and observant, his gaze fixed on the dark woods ahead. "Last one to the old cabin's a rotten egg," Liam declared, already taking off into the woods. The others hesitated for a moment, a shared feeling of unease settling upon them. The woods had a reputation. Locals whispered tales of strange occurrences, unexplained noises, and people disappearing without a trace. But youthful bravado, fueled by Liam's dare, won over their apprehension, and they plunged into the darkening woods. The woods were instantly oppressive. The air grew heavy, thick with the smell of damp earth and decaying leaves. An unnatural stillness hung in the air, broken only by the sound of their own footsteps and the frantic beating of their hearts. The trees, ancient and gnarled, seemed to press in on them, their branches twisted into grotesque shapes. Strange shadows danced at the edge of their vision. As they ventured deeper, the last rays of sunlight disappeared, swallowed by the dense canopy above. The forest floor became a treacherous maze of roots and fallen branches. The air grew noticeably colder, a bone-chilling cold that seemed to seep into their very bones. Whispers seemed to emanate from the woods themselves, rustling leaves and creaking branches, pronouncements in an unknown language that sent shivers down their spines. They stumbled upon the cabin just as the last sliver of light faded from the sky. The cabin was a dilapidated structure, its once white paint now a sickly grey, peeling and cracked. The windows were boarded up, but one was partially broken, offering a glimpse into the darkness within. A sense of dread washed over them. This place felt wrong, tainted by something unseen. Liam, ever the daredevil, was the first to approach, his hand reaching for the rusted doorknob. The door creaked open with a groan, revealing a dusty and cobweb-filled interior. The air inside was stagnant and heavy, thick with the smell of mildew and decay. They stepped inside cautiously, their eyes struggling to adjust to the gloom. The only light came from the broken window, casting long, eerie shadows across the room. Dust-covered furniture sat in disarray, as if frozen in time. On the far wall hung a faded family portrait, the faces of the people in the photograph scratched out, leaving behind only empty, haunting eyes. A sudden scream shattered the silence. It was Emily. Her eyes were wide with terror, her finger pointing to a corner of the room. "Mike, he's gone!" she stammered, her voice trembling. They whirled around, hearts pounding. Mike, who had been standing next to them only a moment ago, had vanished. Panic surged through the group. "Mike, where are you?" Liam called out, his voice echoing in the stillness. But there was no answer, only the sound of their own ragged breathing and the frantic beating of their hearts. They searched the cabin frantically, but Mike was nowhere to be found. It was as if he had simply vanished into thin air. Fear turned to terror. They had to get out of there. But as they turned to flee, they discovered that the door was gone. In its place was a solid wall. They were trapped. Panic threatened to consume them as they realized the horrifying truth. They were not alone in the cabin. Something else was there with them, something dark and unseen.